Okay, here goes. Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Friday the 3rd of the March. So let's get cracking and look at the potential impact of news today. And all we got is this 3 p.m. data, the ISM Services PMI coming out at 3 p.m. So a quiet day lays ahead. Even looking at potential speakers, I mean, we've got the ECB speaker there at 8:30. Then the rest of the speakers are coming in at 4 this afternoon. So really, not much and very little in the way of data there that's really going to move anything. These final numbers really don't generally come to too much. Some people list them, some don't, but generally, because we've had the flash data out, that's what people really want, is the flash. Okay, so let's go and have a look at the markets. Scooting through, there's not a lot to choose from in my book this morning, so this might be a bit quick. Looking at what's going on here, so with the euro on the daily perspective, it's looking like yesterday. I mean, it came right the way back, took most of the gains back from the previous day. It's popping up a little bit at the moment, but even on the dailies here, there's a bit of a flaggy sort of pattern. It's quite ugly looking on the 4 hourlies here, to be fair. Is this sort of intermediate double bottom here, is that going to hold up, or are we going to see a rollover? When you come to the 60-minute, it just looks that little bit cleaner, and I'm just looking at what's going on here. It's obvious bear flags, one of my favourite little patterns really, and just looking to see if we get a breakdown of this morning. Maybe heading the S1 would be nice, but we'll see. But the pound is very similar in terms of price action here. Although saying it's similar, the one thing that differentiates it is the triple bottom on the bigger time frame that we're running into here. So once again, it's bounced off that bottom, so it's triple bottom territory. So some traders will obviously be looking at that as a sign of huge wealth, but once again, it's look down this smaller time frame, it just looks quite bearish to me. Now I would be waiting till post 8 o'clock, of course, and also maybe give it a bit of time and see if we can get a breakdown of the rally that we've seen up there. It needs to be below that daily pivot for me to be interested. As I said, it's really post 8 o'clock and even a bit later, maybe even into 9. You may just need to watch this and let it do what it's going to do in that first hour. We've been seeing some real flush out type moves before then. Looking at the other markets, I could zip through this. But the yen is largely still looking biased to the upside. The only thing is, it has double topped here. There was a little shorter time frame pattern amongst all this. There was a little butterfly, which when you see the price action, it often suggests the weakness in the market, and well, we're seeing a bit of weakness in this now. So it's just coming off a little bit, but a break back above this pivot would suggest it's all over. It hasn't got a lot of target for me today, and I really don't trust this price action. So for me, it's best left alone. You can't just focus on the very end part of the chart. You've got to look at what's happening overall. Now coming to the Aussie dollar, well, this has been quite soft. It's got a bit more of a retrace this morning. Quite ugly looking pattern on the weeklies. I mean, you wouldn't even, well, you would believe it as a weekly chart, and you look at it on a daily perspective, sorry, an hourly perspective here, and well, it's already bounced through its pivot into its R1, so best avoided probably, and maybe it's cross pairs as well. US dollar CAD, what a day yesterday, that was brilliantly bad. Okay, so we're going to get more of the same. I mean, this really summed trading up for yesterday for quite a while. It's either like this or just drifting really slowly. So I don't have a lot else here. Would love to show you something that looked nicer, but we're seeing just even my sort of my go-to pairs. Euro yen. Nope, it's going a bit too early, but possibly that would be looking okay, but it's gone too early. Euro Aussie, again drifting in a bit of drift. Yesterday it just really did very little. It did actually drift through here at the moment. Euro just being that tad stronger than the Aussie obviously at the moment, and Euro CAD, well, there's a chance play out of a continuation of what we saw yesterday here. So this might be an alternative. Now it hasn't hit its pivot, so you've got to be a bit careful, and again a bit patient on this one this morning. So actually this looks, in terms of the price action there and the consolidation, it looks okay. So the S1 could be a target off that. It is again a nice little flaggy move. Okay, that really is mostly there. Maybe one or two others to look at. Let's go and have a look quickly at the other markets. Morning Leon, Michael, morning. And Cam, Ray, I've already said good morning. Right, gold. So gold yesterday started pushing up, this morning started pushing up here. Gold just looking, well, bare flaggy. if we look at it that way, but it has put higher lows in, and it's on the 4 hourlies here, and it seems to be sticking with it a little bit more, just grinding out maybe a bit of a bottom. But what an awful day again yesterday. Just horrible. I mean, it's put the higher lows in, had this sort of stronger move a couple of days ago, 3 days ago, but really where it's sitting at the moment, it's into a double top here. Is this just going to roll over? We're into the R2 as well. Doesn't look the best for sure. Talking about not looking the best. Oil, just at the moment is, I've said this recently, it's quite a mess to be trying to trade. It has got a little bit biased in this on the what's that? That's the 4 hourly time frame towards the upside with the higher lows, higher highs. Okay, yeah, not at all looking good there. Okay, let's have a quick look at the equity markets. These are up overnight apparently, from what I was reading. Let's just look at the equity market. So just slightly up here. Nifty 50. It seems that apparently traders are more interested in the growth in China than anything else now, and it's driving these Asian markets, which I can understand. Things are getting back into play after all the lockdowns, and really starting to show through, I guess. Nikkei has been just looking like it's going to be rolling. It's now looking, well, perhaps in that wave it's sort of shown its hand a little bit clearer. Nifty 50 also catching a bounce here at the moment. How much I would trust this? I'm really looking at that downward trend and thinking it could have more. However, these markets may have been buoyed by the movement of the S&Ps yesterday. Apparently it's the best day it's had for quite a while. Doesn't look too bright to me when I look at it from this time frame. In fact, yep, we had a decent move there in the second part of the session there, but chopping away at the moment. Has it got the legs to run through? To me, it's done a bearish harami. Okay, didn't trigger it straight away. It might have. It does look soft here. I'm afraid. Dow Jones. Well, again, nice positive day yesterday. Biggish day, but look, it's run into the underside of its weekly pivot. It's reacted to that, and just looking that little bit soft. Now, with both of these, there are early signs of a possible turn here with the higher low on this 4 hourly time frame. So if this doesn't continue rolling through there, breaks the pivot, well, again, that will be a more bullish signal. So, and the Nasdaq, similar reversal yesterday, but hardly anything to be writing home about. It's interesting when you read news stories in the morning and you just sort of, they tell you how great a day something was. Yeah, it was alright, but look what's happening. It's still looking quite soft. This again came, well, just short of the weekly pivot there, and yeah, just really looking, I'm still on the softer side of these markets. DAX is still a mess. There we go. And the FTSE, he says FTSE would be good. There we go. FTSE more likely to push up than the others, I think. It's just got that positive weighting with the stock content, or the content of the indices still looking positive, and it's suiting the current climate. Again, though, if you look at the broad range of this, it's barely moved in over a week, so quite soft old price action, but at some stage it might catch a bit more of a move. Okay, that's it then, really. Just a couple of things to look at really today. I'm just going to be watching maybe it's either the euro or the pound, the flags on the lower time frames here. We just see what's going to come from these, and that will be it. Have a great day's trading. Sorry, just read through note there. No, the dollar's a bit stuck at the moment. I think the overall pattern of news, it's balancing itself out. We're at that sort of I say turning point potentially, but it's just really, it's whenever a market, it's almost like people are in denial of something that possibly turn. It's like it's euro dollar. Is it turning? Has it got a turn in it yet? Well, yes, no sort of thing. It's almost like in denial, whether it's going to push back up there. But for now, we've got to deal with this horrible chop. So on that note, I'm going to go and get a cup of tea. I wish you guys all a great week, a great weekend, and I'll catch you on Monday. Here we go.